Good afternoon, everybody. It's Lynn, the Leather Bag Lady. How are you all today? It is Tuesday today, Old Farts Day at Value Village. It's a beautiful day today, Leather Bag Lady weather report. So much so that maybe there might be some deck time for me today. I don't know. It's a little cloudy, so I'm not sure if I want to be bothered getting all the chairs out and everything like that to go and sit, just to have a big, huge cloud come and spoil my sunning. But anyway, we will do story time after today's bag. So, today's bag is, I had to think a little bit about it, as I do with a lot of my bags, either because I love the bag and I'm not sure I want to get rid of it, or it's a style that maybe is a little bit lacking, or it's too small, or in this bag's case is I am not 100% sure it's authentic. Now, does that mean that I'm not going to offer it for sale? Absolutely not. As long as the bag is leather, as long as the bag is in good condition, and as long as the bag is usable, then it's still a great leather bag. And I've had this issue with Dooney and Bourke's in the past. I actually had a Dolce & Gabbana bag years ago that I sold, not being able to stand behind it being authentic, and it ended up being authentic. And that's kind of what I'm doing here. So today's bag is stamped Longchamp. I really do not think it's authentic, and I am not selling it as an authentic Longchamp. But it is stamped Longchamp. There is a tag, there is a serial number, but it is missing that opaque white label that is typically in Longchamps. Now, why that doesn't always mean that it's not authentic is because many of the kind of lower end luxe brands, which, and I mean, don't shoot me, this is my opinion, but I'm saying, your Coaches, your mall brands, there are fake Coach, there are fake Dooney and Bourke's, there are fake Longchamps, there's fake all kinds of things. And, all I can go by is my own research, and that is watching other resellers like myself and just kind of going by my visual experience of bags I've had in the past. So I haven't had a lot of Longchamp bags. I had a white bag that sold. I've had a couple of shoulder bags that, again, I presented as I thought, and I've had subscribers message me and let me know that indeed they were real, because throughout their history, and Coach is a very good example of this, the tags were not always there in the way that they are now. So just because it's not there, and some of the smaller Coaches don't have the creed in them, so it doesn't mean that it's not authentic. So this bag is what I am talking about. So it is a larger style. It is kind of a tote shoulder bag, almost like kind of a bowling bag kind of style. It does have the little jockey on the front. It does have this, but this is not the color. To me, if this was a real Longchamp, I would think it would be brass or something to that level of quality. And the color is kind of coming off. It is all Longchamp lined. I would think this hang tag would be launched. Oh, it is Longchamp. Okay, I didn't realize that. It's stamped Longchamp. The tag that is here is Longchamp made in France, and then it does have a little. So I don't know, and I would never ever sell something that I was not 100% Sure has a key fob. Is that marked Longchamp? Nope. There is a zipper pocket here. There is some slips here. And so what I love about this bag is, first and foremost, it is a short shoulder, which is absolutely my jam. I love to be able to hold something under my arm. I'm still hands-free. Crossbody for me doesn't work. We joke about this all the time. I am big-breasted, and I do not want something that draws any more attention to them than need be. Pius would disagree, but that is just me. And I like something that is double-handled, and I like something that opens up really wide like that. I like something that has a gusset, because I like to be able to put my bag down and I don't want it flopping all over the place. So when somebody, like yesterday, my mom is back from Scotland. Unfortunately, my aunt passed away recently, and she had to attend the funeral. And she's back, and her purse that my sister bought her, it's a Harris Tweed purse, broke at the airport. So she MacGyvered a solution to at least get her home. Like, wow, was I proud of my mom. But she wants a bag. So I said, okay, my standard questions are color, handle type. This is my preference. Again, something crossbody, something shoulder. I have shoulders that are like 3 inches long. Anything that shoulder will just fall off. So I need something that is like this. I like double straps, as I've just said, because I want to be able to find my stuff at a glance. I don't want to go digging for stuff. I don't like compartments, because I will end up going through every compartment to find what I need. Whereas if I open it up like this, I can see it. Okay, this one does have a few zipper and slips, but for something that's just a big hole or a big catch-all, I use purse pouches. That's what I call them, which is, you know, the little zippered, do I have any laying around? No, I don't. But here, I'll show you. Give me a second. So, oh my goodness me, this bag weighs a ton. So this is what I'm using right now. And it's just a big cavern. So I have this beautiful pony skin little catch-all. It's got my gums, got my lipstick. It's got, you know, a few things in it. Then I've got my Etienne Agne, all my pens. So that's how I do it. If you're going to have a big bag and you don't want everything rolling around the bottom, that's what I do. And I have so many suitcases full of these purse pouches, as I call them. I will eventually start selling them. So this is today's bag. You can give me your opinions. You can tell me what you think. I don't think it's authentic. It's priced not as an authentic Longchamp. It is priced as a really nice quality leather tote. And I've dated it the 1990s. There are some slips, but not anything that I'm willing to say is of a newer style. So I took this to Art Crawl with me in August, and actually, no, it wasn't. It was Super Crawl before the rain started. And I did have a lady who was interested in it, and she may well have come back if the rain hadn't have persisted and we packed up and went home. So that I've had this for a little while, and I just wasn't sure in its authenticity. But regardless, even if it wasn't marked Longchamp, I would have picked this up because it's a nice leather bag, and that's what the leather bag lady does. So there you go. So, story time. My mom came back yesterday. which I have already mentioned, and it was my dad's birthday a few weeks ago. And I really didn't see my dad while my mom was away, which is a little unusual for me, but I was sick for that week, and that was the week of my dad's birthday, and that was the week that I would have normally seen my dad, but I didn't. So we went out with mom and dad last night, Pius and I, and took them out for dinner. And this little bar in St. Catharines is called Romby's. Oh my goodness me, if you are looking for an excellent burger, amazing. Amelia, our waitress, was fantastic, and I can guarantee you we will be back. And it was nice to see my mom. She was tired. It was an emotional trip, obviously, burying her oldest sister. So out of four, it's just my mom and my Auntie Anna who are still with us, and all my grandparents have passed. And now my mom and her twin sister are all that is left from her immediate family, which is always a real kind of sobering thing to think about, really. My dad has lost so many very, very close family, not necessarily family, but friends who are almost like family is what I mean to say. And it does take a toll. It really, really does. But mom's glad to be home. And we were talking about Thanksgiving, and it turns out that mom is hosting Christmas this year. So I know my sister has a little bit of an extended family now. Her two boys have long-term girlfriends, and they like to do their own thing for Thanksgiving. So we will just do our own thing at the trailer. I will invite the kids up maybe and see if they want to come. But other than that, it will be just, Thanksgiving is not a holiday that we celebrate in the UK. And that's where I was born. That's where I was raised until I was 12 years old. So it's not like Halloween. We didn't have Halloween. We had Guy Fawkes, which is remember the 5th of November. And that was the plot to blow up the Parliament buildings in London. So in England, we have a huge bonfire, and we will have a guy on top of the fire, which is just like a scarecrow, almost like a stuffed guy. And kids will go around with the guy on a wagon and say penny for the guy. And, maybe you'll give him some money or not. I don't know. Many, many years since that was part of my annual event calendar. But that's the difference between here and back home. So Thanksgiving, I have a lot to be thankful for, absolutely. But it's not something that we get very upset about if it doesn't happen, because it's just not a holiday that we're particularly used to, as I've already said. So Pius, I'm not sure what he's going to be doing. I think he was going to invite his daughter and Mitch back to the trailer, because we are about to embark on our trailer reno. But I did have the gentleman call me today for the ceilings, and Pius is going to contact him, and they can talk all things technical. And I can see that's going to be something that I'm going to be doing sooner rather than later, which I have kind of been putting it off because we've had that conversation before. The thought of packing all this crap up just gives me a headache, to be honest. So that is about it. Pius is working today. He is in Trenton right now, so he's not going to be home till probably 9 o'clock tonight, which means that he will probably have the day off Friday. So that is something that I have to seriously think about. If my clients were better able to handle changes, I would call them and say, can we visit Thursday instead of Friday? And that way we would have Friday free. But they don't do well with those changes last minute. That is for sure. So I have to think about that. And that is about it. So update on the nail situation. So I am having a really hard time getting these nails to stay on. And the solution I'm hoping is to try and figure out how to do it without using the forms that they send in the kits. I have extremely flat nails. So when I'm trying to put these forms on my nails, trying to flatten a very curved form to fit my nail, they're just popping off. And if they don't pop off, they are they're unrealistically curved. This one was a disaster. So I'm trying to think about how I can go about getting the shape that I enjoy. So I watched a couple of videos, and there are some nail artists out there who apply the fake kind of glue stick-on nails with the polygel. So that's what I've tried to do. Now, so far, so good. This one I've had to do over a couple of times because I washed my hair. So I'm hoping that the water, because the polygel the water doesn't affect it. I mean, I've had these on for 2 weeks, and they look lovely on camera, but they are really quite gross. So I've ordered nail forms, paper nail forms, which I have never used, even when I had my nail salon years ago. So that could be a huge learning curve. And then I am determined to figure out how to do these for myself properly, because I do not have the money. And even if I did have the money, I wouldn't spend $60 on a fill. Oh my goodness me. And again, my nails, I don't wear them long. The guy that used to do my nails would call them stubbies. That's what he said to me. Oh, they're not nice. They're stubbies. I'm like, well, I like them. And that is that. So, and I tried on a pair of jeans that were quite well fitting last summer. I can't even get them done up. So, you know what? The struggle is real, folks. The struggle is real. Anyway, it's all superficial, I guess, especially with the passing of my aunt and remembering or thinking about my cousins and how devastated they are that their mom's not around, and how lucky I am that I have both my parents with me, as I am about to have a hot flash, which I've been having a ton of those recently, so I don't know what that's all about. But anyway, everybody, have a great rest of the day. Hopefully you can, if you can shed any light on today's bag, please do. I would love to hear what your opinions are, and go do something fun today. It's a beautiful day. Talk to you tomorrow, everybody. Bye.